Yo, what is going on, guys? Jesse504 here. And first things first, you may notice that Facecam me isn't moving. That is because this is a post-com. I was stupid and did not balance game audio correctly. So, there's that. But this will at least give me a good opportunity to sort of give some more analytical commentary on my battle. A couple of housekeeping things first. Subscribe if you are new. We are currently at 750 subscribers at the time of recording this. Really pushing towards 1,000 by the end of the year, hopefully. And your subscription would mean a lot to me if you are not already. Number 2, leave a like if you enjoy the battle. Likes are how I know that I'm doing stuff well. Like, for example, if you really like post-coms, leave a like. Let me know in the comments as well if you really, really enjoy post-coms. And then 3, comment. Let's do comment question of the day from now on. What is your favorite turn of the battle? It can be something that you enjoyed, just something funny, some cool tech popping out. But yeah, and so without further ado, let's get into this game. We are going up against Wolferwolf14 and I believe his Trostu Garados. That sounds right. I've never played him before, and it's always nice to be able to play someone new. This matchup was like a bit scary on my end. The mon that my Facecam is currently covering is a Drampaw, Spectrier, G-Zap, Mew, T-Tar, and Quagsire. Me and buddy, Diet Tight, Jason built the team. He kind of built most of it. I gave him some ideas. I can't really take full credit for the build, not even close. He made the actual Pokepace, so there's that. But a couple of mons that we were scared of that didn't end up coming were the Darmanitan. Was really the main one. I have a Volcanion, so it's sort of understandable, but it was still kind of scary. And then I didn't know if the Spectrier would come, just because double normal and a dark type makes that mon seem bad. But I will hit play now as I go over my sets. We've got Chestoberry Torn with Rest, Bulk Up, Acrobatics, and Superpower, and it does super well here. The only resist to flying is T-Tar, and T-Tar gets kind of nuked, and I expect Quagsire to be the water absorbable Volcanion instead of Unaware. We've got Necrozma with Helmet, with Toxic, X-Scissor, Photon, and Morning Sun to sort of try to get chip on the G-Zap. We've got Skuntank with Helmet. It was designed to sort of die to the G-Zap and the Darm and get chip with Helmet and Aftermath. We've got Melmetal with a Power Herb Solar Beam set. We've got a little bit of speed to outspeed Quagsire, and Double Iron Bash into Solar Beam should OHKO a physically defensive Quagsire. Scarf Diggersby goes really well here. We outspeed the Spectrier and everything else. And then finally we've got an Audino with knockoff Encore Wish and Protect, which is really good for the Spectrier, and will probably force a couple items off of things. But yeah, good luck, have fun to Wolferwolf. I said that in the game, but he leads his T-Tar, and I lead my Diggersby, so I'm already in a fantastic position, and a very free U-turn can come out from my end. Body Slam was a play that I vaguely considered, but it was really not really worth the reward. Potentially getting out on the Mew could be cool, potentially, and getting out on like G-Zap, like aggressively coming in, could also be cool. I didn't at the time think that hard G-Zap was really a play worth making on his end, just because Body Slam 2 it KOs, although I guess he can bluff the Scarf or just be Scarfed. At the time, I didn't know that he could not be, or that he wasn't Scarfed, but he takes about 10% from a U-turn, which is pretty standard. He's not like bulky or anything, at least I can't really tell that from that damage. And we both take Sand. He does reveal to be faster than my Necro, and my Necro is no speed, so that makes sense. And I just start off a Toxic, expecting a U-turn to come out, but also being fine with Toxicking this thing if like a Brave Bird or a Thunderous Kick came out. I don't think it would, but I just kind of expected T-Tar. If I had Rocks, I would get Rocks, but Toxic is also fine, because I need a little bit of chip on the T-Tar, because I expect T-Tar to be Choppleberry here. I feel like that just makes way too much sense in the matchup for Torn. And so a +1 Torn Superpower will OHKO a T-Tar through Chopple at 75%. And so that's where I need to be. He does U-turn from 191 down to 83. We see Bandit. Banded and crit, which was a bit unfortunate, but it doesn't really matter. It's not the end of the world. As he does just go out into the Tyranitar, and we do connect our Toxic, thankfully. And having the helmet on this thing is still valuable. I don't really get much from X-Scissoring here, and Morning Sun in the sand obviously isn't great. But I just get my Diggers being in, again, relatively freely on an aggressive sort of switch-in. It's not that aggressive, but it is relatively free on the predicted stealth rocks. Also could like call it like a Thunder Wave or a rock move. Even taking like a Crunch wouldn't be the worst thing unless it was like banded. And we do see no lefties, which kind of does like further confirm my hunch that he is Colbur, or not Colbur, Choppel, and I can get another U-turn off. I don't really know what to expect here. If we get that G-Zap play, fine. I know that I can go Torn on it now, very, very safely. As he goes Quagsire, and I U-turn into, I have to think about it for a second. My Melmetal doesn't exactly lure the Quagsire right now because it's in the sand. And also going hard Melmetal on a Quagsire should like trigger something in his brain. So I just go Torn, and he sees that we're not Boots Torn, and I cringe at not Boots Torn. But it's not that bad. We can still regen all of this chip off. As I can bulk up for free. I don't expect him to stay in. Taking a Hurricane from Quagsire, or on a Quagsire that isn't physically defensive isn't great. Or that is physically defensive, not specially defensive, isn't great. And he doesn't confirm physical defensive from that U-turn damage. Doing 20%. And so, sorry, my dad's calling me. So I do just get that bulk up off, and I just expect like a hard T-Tar to come out here. But he does think about it for a while, or land. But we actually weren't playing on land. We were just playing on normal, through the competition setting, which I'm a fan of, as I think I've said a couple times. But yeah, he takes the poison, and I run a couple calcs, and I click Superpower. Once I click that, yeah, my calc looks solid, and so I just go for the Superpower, and knocking out the T-Tar early is great, puts me up Mons, and then I can just regen all of this like Rocks chip off, and I can theoretically defog with my Skuntank later in the game, potentially on like a free Mew or something like that, I don't know, or like on Spectrier. Although my Spectrier counterplay is probably Audino, and my Mew counterplay is probably also Audino just because of the Encore. So yeah, we just smashed through that. And later, he did show me his pace. He was not physically defensive, he just had minimal physical defense investment, but that was always a kill from that range. And so now I assume he can go into something that can force me out. Be it like, it can't be G-Zap, but maybe like a Spectrier or something can outspeed me, and I do vaguely have to respect like a Choice Specs or something, just because that seems kind of scary, even if it's not a good set here. It's still something worth respecting, and Audino is so free. So I get into my Audino, which looks very free, and then I get excited because I can force the knockoff hopefully on the G-Zap's band, is what I was thinking at this point, or like a Mew lefties or something. So you just Dark Pulse, and then I get my lefties, which is pretty clutch. And I can knock off for pretty free. Yeah, not really risking anything by going for a knockoff. Not really needing to put a wish or anything in the air yet, not really feeling pressured at all. And he just goes for the taunt, which is alright prep. I've got a bulkier team, and so it makes sense like a taunt Spectre could come out. and that does about 20%, so the next 3 knockoffs would land a kill if he does let me do that. However, I'm just like, yeah, okay, I'll get the G-Zap band off, right? And so that's what I think as... Let's just wait, but yeah, I'm just like, okay, I can get the G-Zap's band away, and that would be a pretty good deal for my, makes it have to take helmet more times, makes it all that type of stuff, you know? It does take away its ability to lock, but it also takes away its ability to really kill my Torn. So that's like the biggest thing, other than making it take helmet more. And he stays in, and he goes for a plot. So I'm like, are you ready to just give me this? Because it does not push past me without dying to knocks. So like 2 dark pulses, if you fish for a flinch, you need like, I think you need a flinch, maybe even 2 flinches to really do anything. Do you go for another plot? Because I knock. But like, even if this doesn't work, Scarf Diggersby will always outspeed. As we're untaunted now, so I just knock again. Knock's pretty clutch here. Just even if he's like, oh wait, like realizes like he's messing up, like it's never too late to back out, and we don't get flinched, which is pretty clutch. And the Spectre is dead, and that's a lot of like his best ways to push progress. It doesn't really push that much progress into this team though, because we're double normal and a dark tank. And based on that moveset, he really shouldn't have been carrying Mudshot. He wasn't. He did not respect the Skunk Tank with his Spectre, which is weird because like that's one of the dark types that you can respect and run coverage for, but he just chose not to. But yeah, let's see what he wants to do. Now, if I remember correctly, it is the Mew, which I am once again comfortable encoring. I feel like that is relatively free. He taunts, that's fine, so I don't get to encore. But I'm like, what taunt me? Are you gonna be like taunt Wisp Stallbreaker? Because Torn can set up on that because I have rest. But I actually choose to go into my Diggersby first, figuring a Wisp probably isn't the initial click. You're probably trying to bait a weakness policy or something, as a Cosmic Power does come out. And I was like, that's interesting. I was like, taunt Cosmic Power, your stored power roost, right? So then you don't have a way to hit Skunk Tank. And that's really good for me, because it means no matter what, I can't do anything. It really shows that he did not respect the Skunk Tank in the builder at all. When it actually had a good matchup, not to stay alive, but to die. And I'm very happy that he did not position himself into like making me sack the Skunk Tank to like get the G-Zap dead first. So we just Earthquake, and that's fine. I can keep doing this. I'm fine trading my Diggersby for Mew. Because while Diggersby is good, it's no longer as mandatory to me. And he knows, I think he should know that I'm locked into Earthquake, so he's a free G-Zap at any point if he wants it. But I don't really care too much with my, just my sets, because I've got 2 good Helmet Mons. He has stored power, and I go down to 4 HP. But that is, I believe, very close to, if not just range for an Earthquake, or like Earthquake into something faster. But he does switch now, leaving 25% Mew, which I don't know if I agree with that. You don't really heal on anything. And so here I go into my Skunk Tank, realizing that I just want to do the thing, get the chip. But that's kind of a non-necessary play on my end when he showed that he wasn't body pressed for me. I should have preserved my Skunk Tank, because it made it so the Mew could physically never win, even though I already didn't think it could. But he's down to a little bit above 50, which is good for me. And I can still sack my Necro to it. It's not like my Skunk Tank is dead, as long as my Skunk Tank is alive. I just wanted to potentially get like an aggressive defog opportunity. But he goes into the Drampaw, and I really did not prep for Drampaw. I was like, what does Drampaw do? But I didn't prep for Drampaw. I didn't think about it coming at all. But I sacked my Necro to the Drampaw, when had I just gone into Necro, I would have gotten just like a free Photon Geyser. So I don't really get it. that was not my brightest play. At this point, I kind of just like lost attention. I was like, what does this do? But I go into my Melmetal on like an aggressive sort of Akka/AV/ very fast bluff. I had a little bit of speed, and I was just like, maybe he doesn't speed creep like his slow Pokemon. And so part of me thought that, because like I don't really know some people, and so I knew that I had speed for like a little bit of speed on a Quagsire. So he goes into the Quagsire here. I really wanted to hard Solar Beam call him, but I thought he might stay in and Fire Blast, and if I was faster, then Double Iron Bash would be fine, because then I could just Solar Beam the Quagsire the next turn, as he does reveal to be faster with his Quagsire and Recover. So he had like a decent chunk of speed on his Quagsire, which I did not expect at all. And neither did Jason, so I just Power Herb Solar Beam, and even though we are adamant, that still kills. Wow. That's great. So this is like a lot of good draft sets just like sort of popping up. And at this point, Melmetal's nice, but I can sack it freely. Although sacking Diggersby probably gave me more long-term value here. I will not lie. But I know that you're locked into Fire move, Fire Blast. That didn't have to be spec, but the way that he was playing, the way that like he had it, I imagined Specs was like the only like set that was really threatening to my team. So I wanted to knock that off. But he just switches, goes into this G-Zap, and knocking that is fine for me too. Now I can't protect to see what it would lock, but I can regen back to full, which is nice. And I can sack the Diggersby here to leave this thing in if it wants to go for a U-turn. And that would let me set up with my Torn. So Diggersby is sacked, and at this point I'm just like sitting pretty comfortably, like, oh, I just win with my Torn, that's pretty clutch. Because I think I do with the low Mew and the G-Zap being at what it's at. So I bulk up here, I live a Brave Bird after bulk up. And so that's great. As I take a Brave Bird, not very comfortably, but I take it, and then I rest here, and if I'm like, if I get crit, so be it. It wasn't meant to be. As he just goes and sacks the Mew. I probably didn't need to rest. Looking at it, Acrobatics just killed his team. I eat my Chesto Berry, but now I just get a very free Acro, and that'll pick up a kill. And yeah, this Torn I was very happy with. It's always like theoretically can look good on paper, but like it depends a lot on what the steel type is here. And in the matchup, I don't remember what exactly his steel was, but it wasn't good into this set, and it wasn't good into the matchup as a whole. So he does make a good pivot and sacks the G-Zap to a superpower. So now his Drampaw will live one, and I died to Specs only, Specs Draco. But other than that, I live any hit. So if he wants to go for that, that's fine. I think I might die to Specs Hyper Voice actually too. But either way, I have a Stun Tank that's faster and will be able to clean up. So yeah, good pivot on his end. He's able to snag a point of diff as I get Draco down and go down to 0 very fast. He was not Berserk, he was Sap Sipper for my Tangrowth, which is a pretty cool set because I can't like Sleep Powder him. I really can't do anything then other than knock his Specs. So it's not bad. Or like Focus Blast if I was a Focus Blast variant. And I P-Jab, pick up a kill. And GG to Wolferwolf here. Not really needing to go much further than this. But yeah, we were able to pick up our first dub in PAC. Hope you guys enjoyed. As a reminder, if you made it this far, leave a like and subscribe, and let me know what you thought of the post-com. I don't think I'm the best at post-coms, but if you liked it, let me know. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Until next time, Jesse4 out. Peace.